Hey there, boys and girls of the YouTube world. Today, we're going to see if we can't get an old Ford Flathead running. What we're working on today is a 46.7 Ford, I don't know, ton-and-a-half truck. I guess you call them the jail bar, based on the vertical bars on the grill. You just settle down. And so that's kind of why they call them the jail bar version. Again, 46, 47, I don't know the difference between them other than looking at the VIN and going by the year manufacturer on the VIN breakdown. This one has been sitting since about 1973. Looks like she was parked pretty close to a fire at one point. Ooh, had a radio? Oh yeah. Really isn't too bad. Got some kind of neat Art Deco cab lights, only 2 of them. Chicken chasers. I'm sure the top of the cab is all smashed up. Oh yeah, nice big hole. Everybody would stand up there. It had a grain box and you'd stand up there to tarp it or push the grain around. I think this is a St. Paul hoist. Sure enough, a St. Paul. It had the perimeter of the bed was still on it when I got it. All the wood was all gone, so I just kind of peeled that off so I'd have a little bit more room here in the garage. I thought I got this door open. Climb in there, check her out, Duff. See if you love it. A little tight behind that shifter. So that's the deal with the Flathead. It is locked up, but the transmission is also stuck in gear. So I feel like if I can get that transmission shifter into neutral, ooh, look, blinkers, we'll get that Flathead loose. And then we'll get it running after we get all the stuck valves loose. They're stuck every time, aren't they, Duff? Do you really think we're going for a ride in this or what? She's got the grippers on the back, what? 720s. Model A style taillight, some aftermarket taillights. Big old coon turd. Custom hitch. Yeah, the back wheels obviously wouldn't turn because it's stuck in gear. I think that wheel turned. The other side blew out, so that just skidded. It was real fun. And then the box was made by Smith Incorporated, Ferger, North Dakota. Yeah. It's kind of a cute little guy. Got the PTO shaft coming off the transmission. It's supposed to be the pump right here. Reservoir apparently is built into the cylinder itself. I always thought these fuel caps were the coolest. Buy clean fuel, keep it clean. Maybe we can get that door to open too. We'll see. Look at how neat the hood latches are on these things. Boop. A nice waterfall coming down the hood. And there she is. The 59AB. Turn the light on. Yep, there it is, 59AB. It's got the crab style distributor cap down in front. Looks like a 94 Holley carburetor, oil bath, air cleaner, generator, all the good old stuff. So, yeah, look at how complete it is. I mean, usually the first thing that goes is the carburetor and the generator and the voltage regulator. Seems like those are always missing. Starter, stuff like that goes bad. Ooh boy, look at that exhaust manifold. She is crispy. Guessing we're gonna have an exhaust leak. Not very often you can just take the manifold off without even taking any hardware out. Wow. Maybe we're not gonna get this one loose. That's not good. Whoops. How's the other manifolds look? They're usually shot, but that is real. Oh yeah. Well, 2/3 of that one's missing. Another weird thing about Flatheads, usually there's 4 exhaust ports per bank of cylinders, you know, 8 for a V8. And Flatheads shared, the 2 center cylinders shared one. Some of the other engines did that, Pontiac, and I don't know if Oldsmobile did it too. but that's part of the heating issue. And then they also exhaust exits through the block, so that's kind of part of their heating issues as well. But I think these things are neat. Usually pretty good at getting them running. This one might be a challenge. Coolant? Yeah, right. Not a chance. Oh boy. That's a whole lot of rust. Oil? Oh, let's see how over full it is with water and whatnot. Uh-oh. That does not look good. Maybe we'll pull the drain plug before we get too crazy. Just to see what runs out of there. Where'd all that water get in here? Air cleaner on it? Son of a biscuit. It's only got 77,000 original miles. Well, I guess we'll pull the drain plug, see what we get there. I guess to work on that engine, we're gonna get a little bit better access by just taking all the sheet metal off, because it's a truck, so it's got the big ugly fenders, and I thought maybe I could sneak those fenders in the back of this rig and do something. So I gotta do that once. And then, yeah, then we can get at that engine better as well. And then it's the same cab as a pickup. Obviously this cab isn't that great, but I'll find somebody to buy that. Maybe buy this front end as a wall hanger. You know, silly things like that. Plus, like I said, it's way easier to work on that flathead than... You know, I don't really have my hopes up. Oh yeah, this thing had a big old nasty grill guard on it. And now, I just thought it was attached down to the bumper brackets. Oh no, they stabbed some holes right through the front grill shell. Tied it right into the frame. Only the finest in Marshall County. Real good. Duff, are you hiding back there? All right, let's get to work. I hate the bolts on these hoods, so we're just gonna leave that on there for now. They're a real pain to get at, and fine thread to boot. Yeah, we got all our cables cut, wires cut, hoses cut. Oh, cut the brake and clutch pedals, cut the steering column tube, shifter. Like I said, the pedals are out of there. Steering wheel is loose. Cut 2 cab mounts back here. 2 cab mounts at the very front. 2 in the, I don't know, about a foot back from them front ones. I think that's all of them. I don't know. It's, oh yeah, we're good to go. That side's loose. We should probably move the creeper out of the way so we don't run that over. That side's a little more rigid. I have to do some more cutting on that guy right there. All right. Oh, and then I took the solenoid wire off. Now this battery hold down clamp was tied to the firewall. Took that off. I think that's a PTO cable, speedometer cable. We got them all. There's about a 4% chance that I didn't forget anything. Never fails. Well, moment of truth. See how much water comes out of this thing. The good news is the oil pan isn't rusted out, so it can't be that bad of water. Flint, Michigan stuff. Let's not get the new glove all oily. Oh man, that is water. Son of a biscuit. Just a little bit of water. The key is to catch the oil before that. We're gonna fill that whole pan up. Oh my. I don't know that there was any oil in there. All water. I don't know how much that pan is, but that's got to be like a gallon. This isn't looking good. Not good at all. I don't know that this engine's worth 5 quarts of oil. Ran when parked. It was clean water at least. That is the biggest drain plug. Small animal could fit through that opening. I'm sure the transmission is not full of water as well. Let's take that top cover off and maybe we can get that transmission loose. I don't know. We're gonna open her up, see what happens. That is not going anywhere. Well, what do we do now, Duff? Pull the top cover off. Is that going to gain us anything? Let's drain that oil. See how bad it is. Pondering my life decisions, I think I'm going to pull these spark plugs out. See just how bad it is in there. I suppose we could blow out around the spark plugs before we take them out. Yeah, I'm not worried about that either, Duff. Oh my word. That is rusty. Oh. Criminy. That's no good when it pulls half the spark plug off. Two for two. Maybe we don't want to use a impact to take spark plugs out. Well, that was dumb. Nothing like creating more work for yourself. Here's what I'm talking about. Just twist the threads right off of those H10 Champions. And that's what it's supposed to look like. Not a good start. Well, we gotta get that transmission to turn. before we can do any cranking on the crankshaft. Well, just gonna fall right off, isn't it? Just like so. Oh. Yeah, it's gonna be a problem. So here's what the inside of the transmission looks like. Unfortunately, this is usually a problem. I'm guessing that hole in the roof allowed water to run down the shifter, and that's what you get. Hopefully we can get the pry bar, air hammer, something in there, knock this sucker out of gear. Which gear do we gotta move? We gotta slide this guy right there back. Start with our baby hammer. You don't suppose we can just put a bar on those teeth, Duffy? Get that engine to turn over. It's okay. I don't like my teeth anyway. What are the drive shafts turning? So we are disengaged from the engine. She is stuck. Hate to throw in the towel, Duff, but I think this one is not savable. I guess we could try putting a socket on the crankshaft, see what happens, but I'm guessing we're just going to pull the threads out. Come on, inch and threes. Oh yeah. And the nuts just tighten. I don't think we're going to get anywhere with this one. Well, sometimes you just got to throw in the towel. I think that's the case here. We could pull the heads off and put a wood block on the cylinders and oil them all up and let it soak and do all that, but I think the damage is done. The rings are going to be stuck at a minimum, and the cylinder walls are probably all pitted up. So she's going to be a core. I don't even know if it's a good core, but see if we can't get a case of sandwiches out of it. Maybe I'll save these. Maybe I'll save these steel radiator hoses. I know they rot out. These ones look like they're all right. Save that 94 carburetor for a rainy day. Maybe save the fuel pump stanchion. Usually hang on to those generators and starters because they get chewed up when you try to start one of these. And then, so yeah, looks like it's got a 2-bolt distributor on it. Those are handy to have. Throw that on the shelf as well. I like to save this linkage, whatnot too. I got enough fans and oil filter setups, coils. Yeah, I switched to 12-volt anyway. We'll get some pieces off it. Stick it on the old interwebs. Like I said, see if we can't get a case of sandwiches out of it. But yeah, that's disappointing. I failed you, Mike. Napa Todd, the Flathead Whisperer can't pull through. Oh well. We gave her a whirl. maybe it'll get new life in somebody else's garage. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you want to see. Tell me what I did wrong, what I did right. Put a Chevy in it, whatever you think. Alright, we tried getting a 59 AB Ford Flathead from a 46.7 Ford truck running. We failed. Not for lack of effort. But look at how easy it is to get access to when you take the cab and front clip off. Alright, take it easy, everybody. And remember, doesn't matter how you get it done, as long as you're having fun. Right, Duff? Grab me a sandwich.